Welcome, Jet fans, to another episode of the Jetstream podcast, where Dom and I will discuss what was been a crazy day for the New York Jets, where, let's be real, they dismantled their defense in favor of the future, and we'll get into a lot of these trades here today. That's the gist of our what's going to be our show today. Is all trades. There was no game last week. The Jets had a bye week, and they took advantage of that bye week and sent some big-time players elsewhere and brought in some huge draft capital, along with a lot of cap relief over the next 4 years. And we'll dive right into that stuff here in a moment here. But, yeah, Dom, how you feeling today?
Oh, boy. Man, phone was ringing off the hook today, getting alerts, getting texts, going back and forth, trying to listen to everything that's going on. It was definitely overwhelming, not to say the least. Jets always find a way to be headlines of everything. So it's been good though, otherwise.
Yeah, and let's dive right into it. So obviously there was big moves today, but all this it wasn't the only moves that were made overall. Let's start with the small move that happened last week, which was also pretty favorable for the Jets in this case. They sent over Michael Carter in the 7th, move up a few spots, and let's be real, the pick swap situation, Jets are picking top of the 7th, Philly's going to be picking bottom of the 6th. It's basically a net nothing, but they bring in a receiver, Mechie. But the biggest thing about this trade, we'll see what Mechie is, but the biggest thing about this trade is clearing up about $9 million of cap space that they'll be able to use immediately come 2023 or 2020. Oh, shit, that time traveled there. 2026.
26.
I mean, Carter was a player that, let's be real, fell out of favor with this team. Hasn't been the same player since, obviously, Saleh left and this new regime took over. Definitely a player that favored zone coverage over man coverage, which is like Aaron Glenn loves to run. And I think the writing was on the wall at this, Dom. What do you?
Same here. We've been talking about this for a while. I mean, the only thing I'm really excited about this deal is hopefully, we could get another receiver on that team that hopefully could provide something better than what we have currently,
Mm-hmm.
Saving about $8.5–9 million in the cap is huge, he definitely fell. I mean, listen, at one time he was the best at his position, they locked him in, what was it, 2 years ago? And after that injury, he was never the same. And of course, playing from zone to man changes everything. The writing was on the wall, especially when they brought in Brownlee. So his days were numbered for sure, and we knew it was going to happen. So he was the first of many that we thought were going to go.
Yeah, and I mean we'll get into some of the other trades too, but the Jets have a major need at wide receiver. They need plenty of them. We talked about it last week. I am in favor of the Jets double dipping in free agency and the draft to get some talent at wide receiver. And they took a little bit of an interesting approach here, bringing someone in that can have a 9-game tryout, see what they can produce on offense. But the Jets even expanded on that a little bit further here. Any other comments on this trade? Can we just bump into the big guys?
Let's go for it.
Okay, sticking with the receiver trend. The first of the big blockbusters. Sauce Gardner. This move came out of nowhere. Just signed to an extension, 4 months ago, whatever it was, to be the highest paid corner in the league. And he gets dealt today for 2 first-round picks, 1 in 26, 1 in 27, obviously, and a wide receiver, and Adonai Mitchell, who was picked in the 2nd round last year, a player that, I mean, many of us had probably on our minds with the Jets being desperate for wide receiver help. Even, I feel like the Jets have always been desperate for wide receiver. Not as desperate. At least we got our 1. But we're still in search of 2 and 3 and possibly even 4, depending on how these guys shape out. But they get a receiver with a lot of speed. Again, a player that's going to come in for a 9-game tryout to see if he fits that mold, to kind of be someone you could build around on this Jets team. But I'll let you go a little bit. And I'll kind of recap again here some other stuff. But yeah, tell me what your thoughts about the trade.
I mean, at first, I was like, I thought it was BS. I thought it was just one of those things coming across, you know. But then,
One of those fake
yeah,
Adam Schefter
yeah.
or
Once
fake
that
Ian
happened,
Rappaport,
yeah,
whoever
the fake
reported it.
account, exactly. But once I got that actual alert, I was like, crap, this is real. Like who the hell would have thought? Like he was one of the players for sure we would thought was going to be part of this whole new Jets look, you know? And yeah, him getting traded for 2 first rounders and of course Adion Mitchell. It was a little shocking to me. It really was. I liked Sauce a lot, you know. He was our guy, you know. But you know, they did get what they want. Yeah, you do. There you go, Sauce to you. You know,
Oh
I
man.
mean, getting 2 first rounders for him. I mean, that's a lot. I, you know, we could agree to disagree on a couple of things about Sauce, but I mean, no interceptions, highest paid corner in football. Tackling has been, like you said, a little bit better, but not great. You know, so I listen. We got $30 million off the books, 2 first rounders to build this team. Hopefully, they think more offensively this time instead of defensively. We need some game. We need some players, man. And honestly, that's what it is. They're cleaning house. And that's basically it.
Yeah. So I think this moves like I'm really intrigued by this one just from a sheer. I mean, obviously the phone rang. They picked it up. 2 first round picks, hard to ignore. But the probably more of the issue that I have with this trade, I think it partially represents a little bit of a lack of um maybe a little light here, but what's the sense of direction on this team? How like obviously it's not buyer's remorse. I'm not going to say it's that, but you just signed this guy to an extension a few months ago and have immediately shifted gears to trading the guy. Again, I understand the pick. You know, the picks in this trade were hard to ignore, but you just gave this guy high end cornerback one money and immediately are turning the corner on him in his career. This is a fan favorite. Obviously, you know, we can all talk about, oh, they pulled a haul. They won this trade and whatever you want to say about it. But you draft every April to draft players like Sauce Gardner. It is up to them to not only find one starter, possibly 2 or more. Like the key to this whole thing is to be filling out this roster with those 2 first round picks. Adonai Mitchell, can he be a contributor? Obviously, he was a throw into this trade, but I think there's upside there. He was just selected last year in the second round. And I think that's a key to this whole thing happening as well, was getting some receiver help. But you have got to draft well. And I'll say for Muji, where he has a little bit of, you know, a little bit of grace, is his first draft isn't looking too bad when you look at the top of the draft, but there were some misses later on. And, you know, the key to building a strong foundation, strong team is you got to be able to pick in the draft 1 through 7. You cannot just be able to pick star players at the top. We saw with Joe Douglas. He picked a lot of stars on day 1 and 2. Once it got to late day 2, day 3, there's a lot of nothing out there. Yeah. And that's the key to a good franchise, key to a good team is that depth behind you, because starters always go out. And you got to have someone behind you. And it was an issue with this team. When players got injured, you felt the drop off. And I mean, the only player that he ever drafted in middle rounds that was even worthy of an extension is gone now too, and Michael Carter. So
yeah, he just got traded too.
Again, I'm happy with the haul. Little sad to see Sauce leave. He was a fan favorite. One of my favorites. Why I'm wearing his jersey. Wearing it today because obviously we got, you know, a lot of picks for him. But it's definitely one that's, you know, going to sting a little bit. We got a lot of games left in the season. How much want to bet he gets an interception within his first 2 weeks in Indianapolis? I mean,
imagine he was playing us next week. That'll be amazing. Pick off Justin Fields or something like that. You know,
it's definitely a tough one. But I mean, when this trade happened, that ammunition to be able to build, it immediately gets any fan should really start getting you moving in that direction of there is a path to getting out of this mess. And obviously that path starts with either this draft or next draft, whenever they decide that quarterback needs to get picked. Hopefully it's this year, and we don't have to wait a whole another year of mayhem. Hopefully it's this year. You've got to pick that damn right quarterback. It cannot be another situation where you pick the wrong guy, because then we're in this whole same shit show mess that we've been in so many friggin' cycles at this point. It's about time that this team really, take a step in the right direction, pick the right guy, and you're put in a situation here with all of this draft capital. And let's be real, an offense that is just missing a few pieces when you look at like overall talent. We'll see what they do with Breece Hall, obviously, as everything progresses. But when you look at this roster talent-wise on the offense side of the ball, there's a lot there. You just need to fill in a couple of receivers, fill in some offensive line spots, get some depth at receiver. It's really about depth at this point for the offense. And again, figuring out that guy right in the middle, taking the snaps. If you figure that out, the defense obviously has its issues, and it's obviously will continue with the other issue, the other big hole that's there now. The defense has its issues, but the offense is moving in the right direction. If they can just at least take those next couple of steps and nail the quarterback. But yeah, any other comments on the Sauce trade? This is
another thing.
Huge news here.
So you think about this deal, you're getting 2 first-round picks in the deal. The most important, so when I seen that happen, I mean, of course we got the 2 first. It's all for quarterback. This is a move for a quarterback. And the reason I'm saying this is because if they don't end up with that first pick overall, they're going to have to move up. Now they got the ammunition, just like the Rams and just like Cleveland. So this is the move. I mean, they're putting the chips in the basket. They're going for a quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Simpson, it's going to be Mendoza, who the hell knows. But if they're in love with somebody already, they've been doing their work now. This is it. They're going all in.
Let's just hope it goes the way it should go. Like, I want to see his team fight. Like, I have no problem seeing this team lose games.
Like the Giants lost last week,
like 24-27 every week.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. We know this team. I mean, I don't want them to be miraged by some great Justin Fields games. I'd like to see them like win a lot of games with like.
Oh God, that's all we need to hear. Can you just imagine? Like, hear me out for a second.
Could you? Oh my God. Good, you can go first.
The writing's on the wall. We know this. It's
God.
there. Oh God! Can you imagine the next 7-8 games?
Can you imagine the discourse? Oh my God! Can you imagine the discourse between Jet fans of should we trade out and build around Justin Fields, or should we take a quarterback first overall? Oh my God!
I made a joke with somebody today. I said, "Oh yeah, the Jets got 5 first-round picks." So I said, "You know what? Fucking pick a quarterback with every one of those picks. They have to get one of them right. Just one."
Their luck, they would pick 5 quarterbacks. Miami would pick one, and he'd be like Josh Allen in the future.
Oh God, I can so see that.
But I mean, the Jets are in a division now with some big boys at quarterback. I think this is the first time that this division has legitimately have 2 elite quarterbacks. It's been a long time of, Tom Brady. And then Tom Brady, I mean, obviously Josh Allen was there for a couple of years with Brady, but he wasn't Josh Allen yet. Then Brady leaves. Then Josh Allen comes in, and it's been a one-horse race for what's been
7-8
25 years between Patriots and Buffalo. I mean, it's been like a one-horse race. Trickled in with a couple of Miami division wins and a couple of Jets division wins, one Jets division win. But it's been literally one horse at the top and clear cut to the top over the course of that entire 25 years. But now you have, a true, I think Drake May looks like he's definitely a franchise quarterback.
He's legit.
He leads the NFL in completion percentage, which I saw the other day, and I was just immensely shocked, 75%. I think 5th in total touchdowns. He's just doing it all, and he's
with nobody. Who's his receivers?
I mean, you got Diggs there. Diggs, obviously. The Jets can also be spoiler for other teams, so don't think they don't matter this season. They can be spoilers. I mean, let's be real. The Jets won a stupid game against LA that cost them Trevor Lawrence in 20 whatever it was, 2021, 2022. What was it, 21?
That was the Adam Gase year.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, any given Sunday is the way it works, but that goes for everybody else too. So, it's the NFL. The Jets are going to weasel out a couple of wins that they shouldn't win. They're going to weasel out a lot of losses that they shouldn't lose, that you would think shouldn't lose. Although with this roster now, is there any game that they shouldn't lose anymore? That's just the way the NFL works, and it's going to happen to other teams too. Tennessee put up a fight against Chargers last week.
They did. They were
touchdown away.
I was rooting for them.
So that happened. The teams that worry the most are Saints and Tennessee. Those teams look like they're never going to lose a game, or never going to win a game. Those are teams that I am most afraid of as far as the tank is concerned. Tennessee, not so much anymore because, if Tennessee's picking 1 or 2, Jets can easily say, hey, here's a first and one of our second-round picks to move up a spot. You're going to do it. And they probably do that because
they don't want to lose their player.
They end up still getting their guy, whoever they would want, if that's Bain or a receiver, whatever the case may be. They end up still getting that guy. It's when if a team comes at you like San Francisco did that one year, 3 first-round picks, whatever, but they're probably trading up from, the teams or, a team in the lower top 10 says we gave you 2 first-round picks. Obviously it's tough to look at, but if you're a team like that wants to pick your guy still and still get the top non-quarterback in the draft,
that's a sweet spot.
Yeah, it's probably a good situation. Hey, let's trade with the Jets. We got a second-round pick, some additional draft capital, and take it from there. But yeah, those are teams, as far as I'm concerned, that are the most frightening from the quarterback situation. But again, they're gonna win some games.
And we play the Saints this year, don't we?
Yeah, that's like a must lose right there. That's like, yeah, it's definitely a must lose because I think the Saints even have us in the tiebreaker. The Jets never have the tiebreaker luck. I've realized that every fucking time. They never have the tiebreaker luck. I mean, we're not that far off from the Saints. I think it's like 507 to 510. Last I checked, let me pull it up right here. Oh no, actually the Jets. No, the Jets do have strength of schedule tiebreaker now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Right now we're selected third, right?
Well, only because we're 1-7, they're 1-8.
Oh, yeah, extra game on hand.
Yeah, they have an extra game, so Jets have to lose an extra game than they do. But here's the issue I have with the strength of schedule thing is we have the Patriots and we have the Bills in our division.
And it changes every week anyway.
It changes every week. You don't really see anything like Tennessee, for example. Their winning percentage is 5.6. Their strength of schedule is 562. So
that's way.
As long as we have the same record as them, we're never going to find ourselves in a situation where we're picking behind them.
Right.
So, I mean, it's key to obviously the Dolphins. Dolphins are another one. But I think the Dolphins will scheme themselves to a couple wins is my thing. They're going to stick with McDaniel. At least they say they will for the rest of the season.
And he's going to want to win.
What was that?
He's going to want to win.
Well, he's going to want to win, 1. 2, like, they still play some, like they play the Bengals this year. And the Dolphins, as bad as they are, like, Tua, if he has his game, can still put up some points. If he can hit Waddle, if he can hit his guys, obviously Tyreek's out for the year for sure, but that's going to be an issue. But if he hits his guys, he can put up some points. And Cincinnati obviously
gives up a lot.
I think that game is like week 14, whatever. They're probably going to be out of it. Are they really going to rush Joe Burrow back? Probably not. We'll see what the records look like towards that time. So I think Miami still improves. Cleveland, Giants. Like I think the Jets are in a good spot right now, like where you can win 1 or 2 more and probably still be secured at the top 3. But yeah, I want that first pick, man. This is the year I think they like.
They need
Man,
it.
I'm not saying they deserve it, but man, we've been put through some fucking shit.
I mean,
And
think about
this is definitely the year where
as bad as we've worked for so many fucking years. When was the last time we had the first overall pick? That's what makes it sickening.
98.
Yeah.
Keyshawn.
I mean, think about it. Keyshawn 98. I mean, are you
Should have
for
been
real?
Manning, but
Yeah, well, what a doucher.
Screw him. Anyway.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, this Sauce trade, it screams the direction that this team wants to go in. But I think there was still a part of Jet fans that said, hey, we just won a football game without Sauce Gardner on the field. Defense gave up a lot of points, but the secondary played well. Maybe it's a recipe that they can go with moving forward. Obviously, the run defense has to get better. And maybe you're talking about a team that could, steal more wins than just 2 or 3, like I'm predicting. Maybe they can find themselves to 4 wins.
Oof.
But the Jets made another move that really put a huge damper on any of that happening with this Quinnen Williams trade. The second blockbuster for what was a crazy, I would say, 40 minutes between these two trades.
It was, yeah.
Quinnen going to Dallas, which is a move I predicted was probably in the works for quite some time. It actually went for a little bit more than I expected. I thought the trade was going to be a 2026 first and I actually predicted this on our little thing we did last week. I said 2026 first and 2027 third. But instead of that, they moved the picks around for years. So basically the way it works, your trade value chart, your picks move down a spot. So the value of a first round pick next year is, first round pick always stays high value, but the first round pick value for next year really turns into a low one. A second round pick value turns into a third round pick, and so on and so forth. That's how future draft capital works when you talk about trade charts.
Right.
So Jets take a second round pick this year, and which moves that third round pick up into a second round pick, and then a 27 first round pick. And I think that the interesting thing, you never really see this. It's usually pretty cut and dry. I mean, and we'll probably get some weird stuff to come out of this trade for months to come. But the weird thing about this trade is that usually a team will isolate saying this first round pick is our first round pick, or this first round pick is this team's first round pick. From what I've heard so far, the
worst record, right?
For what I heard so far, the 27th first round pick is the better of the two of Dallas and Green Bay. So whichever pick is higher in the draft.
So yeah, I mean, at least one of them tank, bro. That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, I'm never rooting for shit, but all it takes is one injury to really kind of fuck up a team season. I'm not saying we're rooting for shit, but we've gotten some injury luck with other teams. I think the Seahawks lost. Who got in? Was it Jamal Adams that got injured that year? I think it was.
I think so. Yes.
So the guy we end up trading gets injured. He missed some time. That pick turns into some high value there, and he wasn't the same player after he left us anyway. But yeah, this Quinnen Williams trade, I think there was still a part of me that said we won this game against Cincinnati. The corners played well. You still have some good defensive line, even though they suck at covering the run at this moment in time. What can we do? We can still find some wins. The Jets completely took away the arguably the top 2 players on that defense.
Yeah, they did.
Got massive hauls, but you're taking a huge chunk out of your defense. Quinnen, great player, obviously for this team, but he's endured a lot of losing. He ends up going to the team he wanted to go to. There's been reports that he requested a trade multiple times to the Jets, specifically to Dallas. Yeah, and I think it's right by the regime to put him in the right, where he wanted to go, work out the trade. And obviously, like I've been saying, this is a situation where this team is building towards the future, and we'll get into some of these other factors too. But this one was just again, it was the one I expected, but after I saw the first one, I'm like, there's no way they can do this and that, and they end up fucking pulling off both, and end up not doing the trades we kind of expected all along.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Brees Hall, Jermaine Johnson, possibly Will McDonald, Clemens, Quincy Williams. I mean, what the heck?
Mhm.
Alan Lazard. Not these guys are
Well,
all these
the problem
bums
with
are
Lazard,
still on this team.
you'd almost have to give more to trade Lazard. Is that the problem with Lazard?
Just cut
Like,
him.
huh?
Cut him.
I
Hey,
mean,
whatever.
it does
They,
nothing to
they
cut him
need all
either.
the wide
'Cause
receiver help they can get, right?
they restructure his salary so it's fully guaranteed and stuff like that. So it does
Yeah.
nothing to cut him. He's literally like a nothing like on this roster. I don't even know why they restructured his contract. Like they could have cut him at the beginning of the offseason and
It just walked away.
had some cap saving. I don't think it would have been much because I think they did a restructure last year as well. But I think they could have still saved like $3 million, whatever. But sometimes these teams say like, I'm paying you $7 million to play here. I'm paying you $4 million if you're not here. Does the $3 million really do anything?
No,
But then,
sure.
but it does take snaps away from maybe like a ascending player. But the problem is the Jets didn't have that. If they did, Lazard wouldn't be here. Maybe these acquisitions of a couple of receivers changes that.
And let's not forget Mazi Smith. I mean, he's a second-round pick, wasn't he?
I actually read that he was a first,
A first-rounder?
which yeah.
And he's on the team control till 2027, I believe. Same thing with Mitchell. I think they got one more year of control under him.
Yeah, he was picked 26th overall in 2023. Mazi Smith.
Oh, 23? So we talk, 2 years in the league. I mean, there's some raw footage
This
there,
is
man.
third. Next year. So he's only got 1 year of control. I mean, technically 2 because, but they're probably not going to do the 5th year option for him. He hasn't been first round pick talent, or else he wouldn't be traded for Quinn Williams and a lot of draft capital. So really, it's 1 year of control. I mean, they have to make a decision in May. I think it is like to 5th year option him. So unless he has a brilliant next 2 months of the season,
probably never going to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably not going to see that 5th year option. But you can always resign him.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it was more of a throw in. Jets need bodies still. Similar to what Dallas did with Green Bay. It's like, okay, we're training Micah Parsons, but we still need, someone on the defense to be playing the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Which is probably kind of interesting when you look at these trades overall. Is every single one of these trades had a player come back to, like,
fill up the roster,
really
man. I think it's a fill of the roster type of deal. Like, for instance, they get rid of a player, they need to replace a player. So it
doesn't usually happen in the NFL that way, though.
No, I know. I've never seen. Dude, I never even seen a trade deadline. For Jets at least. I mean, it was hopping all over the place, but it was pretty. It's usually quiet, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like baseball where bam, 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 bam. Well,
I think it was this trade deadline saw the third most trade deadline day. So the third most trades on the day of the trade deadline. The record was 10 in 1 year. I forget what year it was. There was 8 1 year as well, and this one had 7 trades on the day of.
What about first round picks to be involved, though? I mean, we're talking about 3 first rounders that came to the Jets today.
I don't know if I've ever seen that much like first round pick draft capital moved.
Yeah, that's insane.
3 first round picks switching hands in one day.
That's fucking nuts.
But the Jets, they put it out there where
they made headlines, bro.
And I don't think this is still like screaming tank. I still want to like put that out. I don't think this necessarily screams like we're tanking the season because
they help the offense.
What?
They help the offense.
I mean, to a degree. I mean,
what I mean by that is like
question marks.
Yeah, you bring in Mechie and you bring in Deion Mitchell, right? Listen, Mitchell's fast as hell. Mechie's a pretty. I mean, listen, they're not number 1s, number 2s, but can one of them find a number 3 spot on this team? I mean, it's possible. Maybe they need a new scenery. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's where it comes down to play. I mean, I'm happy we didn't lose Brees Hall. I mean, our offense, like I said, we just need to score points. But now they've been giving up a lot more points. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
We played
defense
Cleveland
took a
this
major.
week, so I
Your
don't know
defense
what's
took a
happening.
shot, especially your defensive line.
Yeah.
Which was already thin as all hell. Like you got Jawan Briggs, you got Harrison Phillips, you got Jermaine Johnson,
Mazi Smith.
but I'm telling your starters.
Oh, you're currently.
And then
Will McDonald.
Will McDonald, yeah. I don't know if I said Jermaine or Will McDonald already. And then you got who's your edge depth? Well, you got Clements, you got Mazi Smith. They traded Taylor, or they didn't trade him. They released them or waived them, whatever they did with them.
They went to the Giants. Didn't he go to the Patriots?
Did he? I don't even know who he went to.
Leonard Taylor.
Where he's gonna have an outstanding year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Outstanding career. He'll figure it out. But yeah, just defensive line, like, has their depth chart been updated after all this? I could probably just look at it and figure it out. Like their defensive line is just
it's thin.
And it was already a problem. I mean, yeah, it has been updated. So your starters on the Jets defensive line are Harrison Phillips, Jay Tufele, which I don't even know if the guy's played a game all season.
I haven't seen him in there at all.
Jawan Briggs. Yeah, like you have a front four, and then your depth behind them is a bunch of question marks. I like Jawan Briggs. He's listed as a second stringer, but Tufele never plays.
Reminds me of that defenses remind me of that Cleveland Indian team that came out that one year. Remember Major League? Willie Mays Hayes. Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, this defense. I mean, I know we keep talking about this offense is where I'm prioritizing, but they're gonna have to do some fucking work on this defense and in the offseason at some point.
I mean, if you think about it, I think that if for instance, we're gonna have 4 picks in the top, 62?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? I mean, dude, your first round is offense. Second round is you bring a defensive tackle in there and you bring in a freaking edge. I mean, that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? In free agency, you can move some players. They're probably gonna go all in on a defensive end in free agency. Like bring in somebody like that Aaron Glenn wants. You know what I'm saying? But then again, we looked at the list. There ain't many people out there, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again here.
Yeah. I mean, this changes everything. You know what I'm saying? Forget about Jacoby Myers. That ain't happening anymore.
TJ Watt's a free agent.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, that would be.
Yeah, we're not ready for something like that. He wouldn't even want to.
I know, but that would be insane. Looking at some defensive players that might spark some interest.
I'll tell you what would have been interesting is if, let's say, Dallas gave us their first this year. Because right now, I think if I'm not mistaken, they're sitting at 14 right now. Right? Can you imagine they go on this friggin' losing streak all of a sudden that 14 turns into an 8 or a 9? Now we got ammunition.
Well, the Dallas pick?
Yeah.
It's next year. It's not this year.
No. I'm saying if it was this year.
Oh,
we would. Let me tell you something. It could be something different because now you could potentially get your quarterback and possibly bring in this kid Bain. Boom, boom. Solve 2 friggin' problems right there.
I mean, I'm going to throw a name out there. As far as if you need edge help.
Huff?
Son Reddick.
Shit. Oh, my God. Only the Jets.
I mean.
No,
not him. I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, they still got Jermaine.
There's some players, but it's.
I mean, nothing that's going to move nothing that's going to move tilt the weight thing. Forget it. It's something you have to draft, and that's it, or trade for.
I agree with that, but maybe a guy like Trey Hendrickson. It doesn't really fit the mold of what this team's trying to do. They're trying to get young, probably.
Yeah, they want to go 26 or younger, bro.
No, I get that. 26 or younger.
And
Not
this is the
really.
thing, and this is another thing you got to think about here. Now that with all this draft capital, I mean, listen, Aaron Glenn's here to stay for a couple of more years. This has definitely
Well, I
got
think
3
because
years for sure written all over it. You know what I'm saying? So he's going
well,
to
I mean,
see these
I think
picks out.
still. I mean, I think he can still lose that right though. They
I
have
mean,
a they have
listen, what happens? Hear me out for a second. Let's say they fucking lose every game from here till the end. There's nothing set in stone that you know what? The regime says, you know what? The hell with this shit. Let's start fresh.
no.
Bring in a whole new regime,
They were probably
offensive
assurances.
minded. Like this is the problem I have. Like we're getting ready to go offensive minded with the defensive head coach, and that's scary, man. I love Glenn, but like, can we trust him to pick our quarterback, our receivers here? I mean, this is the other part where you needed the offensive mind for this kind of move.
Yeah,
And that's what's scary.
I hear you. I mean,
Unless
the thing I'll say
Parcells is
about that,
chiming in his ear.
the thing I'll say about it though is that the offense seems like it's a couple steps ahead of the defense. Like as far as the defense just looks like it's lost. I mean, they've got 30 points. What 5 of the 8 games?
Dude, defense gets better when your offense is better. Okay, when you're winning games, and
I mean, not always though. You got
no.
I think Cincinnati has a question about that one.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, yeah, but you know what? I mean, listen, we got a ton of picks, dude. We got 7 picks in the top in 2 years. 7 picks between the first and second round. Mm-hmm. You have to find 6 to 7 players there, bro, that could play.
8.
We got to nail it.
8 picks in the first 2 rounds.
8 picks?
5 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. 8. We have to nail that.
Yeah, I was actually like, you're going to have 8 chances to pick top 64 players in each of these first 2 drafts. Like, you
better, let me tell you something. Their scouts better be fucking working hard right now. Like, I'm, bro, nonstop sleeping, 24/7 around the horn. You can't. It has to happen. Like, we cannot screw this up. This is it.
Like, you really think about this? Like, if they do this right, you should be getting 6 starting caliber players.
Yeah,
with those 8 spots. And listen, the 3rd round pick. So the way I look at drafts, your first round should be day 1 starters, like high end caliber players. Your day 2 and your day 2 picks should all be starters. Soon,
right.
If not right away.
A work in progress.
Yeah. They should be like. Ideally, those guys should be starting by week 6 at the latest. Yeah. And then when we get to like day 3, it's like, okay, your earlier rounds should be contributors, special teamers in the later rounds, and obviously 6th, 7th rounders just
hit the lotto at the end. You never know. Yeah.
So that's kind of the way it's got to go. But listen, they are as bad as everything looks, and as shitty as today might look because of all the trades that we did, whatever. There's still like an avenue to get this thing fucking cleaned up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you hit on the QB in 2026, everything else will fall in place. Listen, our trenches, we're gonna have our left tackle and right tackle there. Okay, mm-hmm. Maybe we're gonna probably lose one guard and maybe a center. You know what I'm saying? But those are the things you could eye in the 3rd round. 2nd round and 3rd round, you could bring in studs. You got friggin' free agency. That's where you plug and play. Secondary, we need safety help. You know what I'm saying? Our 2nd rounder this year, get the best safety you can. You know what I'm saying? If you have to. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's ways to fix this team. And honestly, like I said, they just need to be working hard at it, man. Like, dude, like I don't know how much. I mean, listen, this is a second chance of what happened 4 to 5 years ago. We're getting a second chance and even a better chance right now. You do know that, right? Because that team was disgusting when Joe Douglas inherited it, right? Mm. This team here, we do have some pieces here. We do have Garrett Wilson. We'll have Jermaine Johnson. We have Breece Hall. We have a left tackle.
We got to see if we'll have
right
Breece Hall. We'll see how that goes. I don't know.
No, you know what I mean, though. Like we didn't even have that when Joe Douglas picked that first year with the 3 picks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think we're in a better situation now, and I think as long as we freaking nail our quarterback, man, this does not matter. Nothing we're talking about right now matters,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it's all about.
Well, that's the thing. Well, here's just a quick recap of everything that happened today from a trade perspective. Putting like one big, I guess, like NBA 3-team trade or 4-team trade type of style. So Philly gets Michael Carter and a 7th-round pick. Quinnen Williams goes to Dallas. Sauce Gardner goes to Philly. And then Jets get a shit ton of. This literally looks like an NBA trade. Like, you know, like.
It really does. I'm looking at it. It looks like it's like one of those lists that never end.
You know, like when you see like when the Jets, when the Knicks traded from like Mikal Bridges, and it's like the Knicks trade like
30-round
picks, like 8 first-round picks between now and 2031 or whatever it was. It's like holy shit. It's like, but no, this is probably the closest like graphic you're gonna get to what an NBA trade would look like in the NFL. Jets get a shitload of picks, a few players, and lose 2 stars on the defense and a guy that was once a star but obviously fell out of favor, no longer there. No longer the player he was. I would have been interested to see what if the Jets would have kept Michael Carter, like transition him to safety.
I was hearing that.
That's probably something the Phillies are going to try and do. Because they got another corner today too, or yesterday, whatever it was. Who was it they got?
I forgot the name too. You know what? Honestly, they needed to move on from him, though. I mean, clearing the $8 million in salary cap space, bro, that was big.
Oh, that's right. They got Jair Alexander. And then they got Jalen Phillips as well.
Fucking Eagles always find ways, bro. Always. That guy was it Rosen? What's his name? Rosen? What's his name?
Rosen.
Yeah. He's probably the best GM in football, bro.
You got Joe Douglas a job.
Shit. He's the one that told him, go get Michael Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I am happy. I am extremely happy they didn't move Jermaine, nor Breece Hall, and no Will McDonald for that matter. You know?
Yeah, I definitely Jermaine for me. Breece Hall, now it comes down to like, you know, what are you going to do now?
You got to lock him down. You got to give him a 2-3 year extension. Just do it.
I don't even know if he wants that. You see reports out there. He basically demanded
out.
But
you don't know what that really meant from him. Supposedly he wants to be there, dude. So then throw the cap franchise tag him then. Fuck him.
I don't know what that. I don't. I didn't look into it too much in detail, but there's something out there that he like specifically
he requested a trade. I heard
he specifically wanted out, like completely. He wants out.
Then you tag him.
Well, then
you got to lose.
Grumpy. Huh?
You should have just got a 4th rounder if someone was off. KC was supposedly offering a 4th rounder for him. If they know they're not going to re-sign him or bring him back, then to either tag him or they should trade him away. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the weird part about this all. Is like you got a great player in your locker room, but then you also got.
You know what, dude? You start giving him a ball. If he starts running the crap out of that ball, he's going to want to stay again. If he means like he's special or something like that, you know? I wonder how Garrett's feeling about all this.
I mean, another reason why they got to nail the quarterback, man. This guy, I mean, the one thing I'll say is they did bring in his buddy, but his buddy sucks too. So,
well, at least he'll be here for a couple of years, no matter what. You know, maybe hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with having Justin Fields as a backup if it doesn't work out.
That's probably the direction to go. I don't think it makes sense. Like, why would you pay Justin Fields $20 million to not play quarterback when you're going to get $1 million savings? It's probably
because you bring him back.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bridge next year.
Maybe do something like the Giants did, and you bring in a veteran as well.
Yeah, bring Flacco in.
I don't know Flacco.
Why?
Huh?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know Flacco.
Andy Dalton,
No, not Danny Dalton.
Marcus Mariota.
Somebody who can start a football game and actually
Mariota.
look okay. He looked like
Marcus
shit.
Mariota.
You watch him? Did you watch him last week?
Bro, who are you getting?
Huh?
Who are you gonna get then?
I don't know. You gotta look. You gotta scour for
Yeah.
someone that can at least come in and play a football game. I don't know.
Minshew?
Huh?
Minshew?
Take Minshew. At least get something out of him. He comes in with some moxie. At
At
least.
least he's got a mustache.
I know. No, I mean I know you're obviously not getting top end, whatever. But I
There
mean,
was a
back can't
rumor.
be Tyrod.
No. Who's that quarterback over in Philly? The backup over there that everybody's talking about.
You talked about him last week. That Jets aren't trading fucking shit for
A third. Why not send a third rounder? He could be
For
our
what?
friggin' huh?
For what?
Bring him in. Supposedly, they love him there.
What?
If it wasn't for Jalen Hurts, he'd be a starter there.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, because Jalen Hurts wouldn't be there.
No, Jalen Hurts is there. That's my point. That's why he can't start.
Bro, come on.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's the answer, but to bring him in as a backup.
If Philly's trading him away, it's trading him away to give him an opportunity somewhere else. It wouldn't to be a backup. No.
Well, I mean, let him fight. Let him compete.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you trade away a starting caliber player for a guy that maybe going to be a backup just because? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Supposedly he's got the mechanics, man.
That's good for him. I mean, everyone looks good in Philly.
You put him on the Jets, I guarantee they probably would win 6 games this year, 7 games.
I don't know. I don't even know what to expect out of this guy to be able to project. I'm not sitting here with
I don't even know. I don't
maybe
even
a
know
good couple preseason starts.
Yeah. You know what's so weird, man? Here we are in November. I mean, clearly we're not making the playoffs. We know that. And we just traded away everybody, almost everybody. Our big two big players that we have, right? And now I'm so souped up and hyped up about going into these college rankings and start watching some of these players. Because you got to understand, we're going to be picking, definitely in the top 3, like you said. And another pick is probably going to be in the 24 to 28 range with Indy, right? So there's going to be some players that drop because of these quarterbacks. If there's 4 or 5 quarterbacks that go, 4 or 5 players slid. You know what I'm saying? Remember you were talking about that Lemon kid? Who was the other one? Tate?
Yeah, I don't know if Tate's dropping.
I mean, he's not dropping. Why can't we move up to get him?
Well, we can.
But we got ammunition. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That'd be fun now, wouldn't it? Imagine the perfect world, Mendoza and Tate.
Yeah. But I mean, I just don't think this is the year for something like that.
Moving up to get a number 1 wide receiver and a quarterback of the future?
I mean, I think it depends on how free agency goes.
We went through that list last week. You don't remember?
No,
there's a whole bunch of garbage.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you're going to have a lot of holes on this team. And I think it depends on how free agency goes and how you fill those holes.
So the way I look at it is your important picks, round 1 and round 2, you're bringing in studs. And you're bringing in a quarterback. You're bringing in a receiver.
I get
We're going to bring in an edge, and we're going to bring in a corner.
But you have no third-round pick.
Huh?
We still have no third-round pick. So any trade up in the first
round one of those players
will involve one of our second-round picks. So what I'm saying is it depends on how free agency goes because this Jets team is going to need every starter it can get. And you're probably going to need all 4 of those first-round picks and second-round picks to be starters for this team in 2026. And that's why I'm saying I don't think this year is the year to be doing something to the effect of trading up for a receiver. I mean, you can, obviously. If you think there's a drop-off between Carnell Tate and Malachi Lemon, that's hard to ignore, and you feel like you're in range, huh?
Do you think there is?
I like Carnell Tate a lot. I like Malachi Lemon. I don't know. It's a weird thing. If the Jets, if It's one of those things. I'd be happy if the Jets are picking 15 and got Carnell Tate. I'd be happy if the Jets are picking 25 and got Malachi Lemon. It's one of those.
As long as they get one of those guys.
There is a gap between the two, but is it something that's like drastic to where I'd much prefer this guy? Let's go up and get him. I don't know if it's that. That's kind of the weird thing about it. I think you get a good receiver out of either one. That's why I don't think it's the Jets aren't in a position where they feel like they have to do that.
They don't have to get receiver. You're right.
We've seen some crazy shit happen though. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember the year that the Jets drafted Garrett Wilson, but after the Jets drafted Garrett Wilson, the next 2 picks were wide receivers. It was Chris Olave and Jameson Williams back to back. And Olave and Williams weren't they weren't expected to go until late teens, mid 20s. But sometimes like teams are looking at receivers, it's like okay,
one receiver, boom.
Yeah, it starts a domino effect right away.
Yeah, right, 100%.
So, I think the same thing happened the year of Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think after he got picked,
damn, I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, well, I was mad about it day of, and I'm still mad.
I remember we were together, and you were like, "Motherfucker!" It was right there on a silver freaking platter. And so, you know what the funny thing is?
I was pissed off that they traded with the Green Bay, gave it the 13 to move down to 15, because I figured if he's there at 13, Green Bay's going to pick him. I forget who was picking 14. Oh, Pittsburgh. I didn't think Pittsburgh was picking him.
Broderick Jones.
I thought if Green Bay had the pick, they were picking Jackson. And then they skipped on him. I'm like, oh shit! As long as it's not a trade here, and there wasn't a trade when he was there, I was like, oh shit, it's happening. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. What team trades for a fucking quarterback and then picks a defensive player? Well, fucking
Jets.
Green Bay did it for so many years. Got him pissed off, and then the Jets decided to do it. We wouldn't be having this conversation about needing a wide receiver right now.
No, that's for sure. I mean,
we'd be talking about rebuilding the defense right now. I mean, I'd be probably having a different conversation overall.
I don't want to rebuild the defense. Fuck the defense, bro.
No, I'm saying
I want a high-powered offense. You know what? Let the defense let them lick their wounds for a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing about defense. You bring in a top-notch defensive coordinator, they'll figure it out. Like they will figure the shit out of that defense. Look at what happened with Vic Fangio in Philly. He turned that defense around. I mean, Philly had a good defense the year before too, but he turned it from a good defense to a juggernaut that one year. And they had a lot of rookies on that defense too.
Yeah, but remember this? Okay, so I remember this was about 2-3 years ago. I forgot what draft it was. And, we're talking about all these players. The Eagles friggin' landed in the friggin' end of the first round into the second round. They ended up getting to Kobe Dean in the second round. Remember that year?
Yeah.
Dude, like that. Really, how does that happen? Like, why can't we get that second round to Kobe Dean player? You know what I'm saying?
Because we don't pick him.
Yeah, well,
I think Dean was there for us.
I remember, it was. He passed, so we were pissed. We wanted him. I remember.
There was a point in time, and I forget what we ended up doing that draft. I remember there was a point in time where I was talking about I wanted Dean like a top 10 pick.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed. He didn't he get hurt or something like that. He slid all the way down. I think he got injured or something.
Maybe I forget what happened with him.
I think that's what it was.
But yeah, he went in the second round, and it was like, oh my god. And then when he got to the Eagles, that was the year where the Eagles were like desperate for linebacker help, and it was like, oh my god,
silver platter, bro.
And it happens all the time with them, especially with Georgia players, like
all the time.
Fucking it happened with Jordan Davis. Fuck, why am I drawing? Jalen Carter. I was trying to think of.
Oh, Jalen Carter. Yeah, it happened. Did he go like 15 or 16 in that year?
No, they had a top 10 pick. I forget from who, but yeah, he went like 10 or whatever it was. But that was the year he
top 3 pick.
Yeah,
and he slipped. I remember.
But that was the year he there was some off the field shit with him, which makes a lot of sense because he's kind of an asshole a little bit, with his antics. But
jeez,
listen, all it really takes is like one major draft, and like maybe this could be it to fucking finally figure it out. But you got to nail the quarterback. That's can't say it enough times.
What does it to you nailing a quarterback mean though? Like for instance, give me an example of nailing a quarterback in your definition. I mean, does he have to be elite? No.
If you're picking him first overall, he should be.
Well, I mean, they don't come out all the time. But like, would you be happy with let's say, I'm going to throw an example out. All right. So the Jets draft whoever they draft,
Mm-hmm.
and his career is like a Kirk Cousins.
No.
Why not?
Because, okay, here's an easy one for you. The Kirk Cousins will ever win a Super Bowl?
No, I understand that. Dan Marino has never won a Super Bowl neither. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the whole point isn't to
No, I understand what you're
just not
saying.
get a quarterback. The whole point is the reason why you play games on Sundays and stuff like that is to win a Super Bowl one day.
No, I get it.
Like Buffalo Bills, like they're having a lot of fun right now. But tell me at the end of this whole thing, if they never win a Super Bowl, are they going to feel all right?
Well, ask Jim Kelly the same question.
Yeah, I mean, I do that AFC show every fucking week, and Tommy talks about it every week. It's like it's getting closer. It's getting closer. We still have a lot of time with Josh Allen, but it's getting closer and closer and closer to where you're wasting these prime years of Josh Allen. Like, this is the window. Like, the window is open right now, but it's closing, and it's closing faster now because
teams are getting
they may not have home games in January and February.
That's why there's something for them to play. So that Week 18 game, man, thank goodness.
I mean, we'll see. They have another game with New England. If they lose that game, there may not be anything to play for at all for them, and not for the reasons that you're normally thinking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because New England have a 2-game lead on them at that point with the tiebreaker advantage, which is basically a 3-game lead.
Wow. Who'd have thought?
Coaching, man. Coaching. That's why, like, when you try and like talk about this whole thing with Aaron Glenn and stuff like that, like, you normally see something pretty quickly. Maybe it's not all the time, and it's gotten better. The penalties are down. I'll give him that.
It's slowly getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, it's slow. It's a slow hill, dude. You know what? It's tough, man. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things. I mean, this is the way I see the Jets, man. And I spoke to you about this also. There are a lot of losers on our team, dude. Like you said, they have that losing mentality, and these players don't play with that aggressiveness and the smarts. I mean, give me one player on that team right now on defense, okay, that even is showing up right now, besides Brandon Stevens, where everybody just like kind of mocked him the first 2 weeks, which deservingly so, right? But he's gotten a lot better.
Showing up. I just think he's playing better. I wouldn't say he's showing up.
Listen, for a $13 million corner, he's playing like a $13 million corner in the league now. Not like the first 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Quincy Williams showed up last. Here's the thing with Quincy Williams. I think the problem with this run defense is like they have 2 Quincy Williams, just one that's not as fast.
Right.
Is the problem. Like, this team lost something with CJ Mosley.
Oh, yeah.
They lost leadership. 100%. They lost balls. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets do something like in free agency, like where they let Quincy walk, and I don't even know who the linebackers are, but like this team is like desperate for something. They need a
captain, man. They need somebody like a Mosley. Listen, you go all in, you bring them in. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's Sherwood. Man, just cut your ties, man. I'm done with this kid. Send him to friggin' Robert Saleh. Take his fucking dead cap hit and just move on.
Who? Sherwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you really can't do that. Like, it's a hard hit.
Maybe we'll send one of our 4th rounders with Sherwood. Somebody to pick him up. Fuck him.
Team's not going to take on a salary is the problem.
Hey, Woody's got a lot of money. It don't matter.
Huh?
Woody's got a lot of money. It don't matter.
Yeah, but the problem is, hold on, let me pull it up again. So if you were to cut Sherwood, you would lose $14 million next year in cap room.
That's the next year.
So the $94 million we're talking about would go down to $80 million. You'd be paying him an additional $14 million to not play for you.
Oh, we could use somebody. We could use an expensive water boy.
If you just milk it for another year, the following year you can eat $7.5 million, save $11 million. That's the year to do it.
Yeah.
You would have an $8 million cap hit, some buyer's remorse.
Wasn't
and
he
move
a
on.
safety?
Huh?
Wasn't he a safety?
In college, yeah.
Yeah, put him back out there. Maybe it'll be better.
So these players, they're converted safety. So they're like, their coverage skills aren't great enough to be a safety.
Oh.
So they take that coverage and, okay, you're a good coverage linebacker, but you're not as stout in the run as maybe a normal linebacker, like a true linebacker would be.
Dude, he's a problem on defense, though.
Yeah,
he doesn't see the field. He doesn't see the field, dude.
He sucks. He's a team captain. Whatever he got suspended for in the first quarter, or bench for, in the first quarter, doesn't look well for being a team captain.
Put him on special teams. Did you see that?
Huh?
Even put him on special teams.
So it's a little.
Oh,
am I frozen?
You were for a minute, but you're back.
I feel like I'm still laggy. What the hell's going on here?
It's just lagging a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. It's better. All right. So we're talking about a little bit of salary cap. So let's talk about this a little bit here. Go into some detail about what all these trades actually mean for the salary cap. So we talked about it a little bit here. So here's what the salary cap tables looked like before the trade. So $12 million this year left over, leading up to like $80 million, 156, and obviously 2028, like when we're whatever.
Everybody's washed.
When we're hiring a new coach, a new GM, trading away all our players again for $50 million first round picks again.
Oh,
$226 million in cap space. And then the result of these trades, a little bit of cap relief here. Man. Yeah, a little bit of cap relief in this year of $7 million. In this year, you get a big bump. We were at $80 million before the trades happened, up to $95 million almost in cap room. And then this is the monster year where you get $50 million. So when you look at this free agency, like the Jets will have room in these 2 years to kind of absorb, like if you were going to do like a Jacoby Myers and you wanted to pay him $25 million a year for 3 years, you can have a small cap number here in 2026 and bump out. That's usually what teams do anyway.
Bump it up for the future.
Yeah. So that's, over the result of these trades is additional 3 first-round picks, second-round pick, and over the course of the next 4 years, $100 million in additional cap room. That's basically one ginormous contract that you can give to like an elite player, which I don't think the Jets are going to do. They're probably going to take the slow approach in this following year.
I agree with it, though.
I really point now to 2027. If you hit the quarterback, 2027 becomes a year where you look at and say,
wow,
if we're going to go all in.
Lions, man.
What?
It could be like the Detroit Lions.
Different, though. Detroit wasn't built like that. They didn't pick a quarterback in the first round. They got lucky with Jared Goff, and let's be real with Jared Goff. He's a good quarterback, but he has limitations, which most quarterbacks do. But if the Jets can get this first overall pick and hit, and I know you don't define hit as whatever. I define hit as finding a fucking quarterback that can play.
What about like a Jared Goff hit?
Again, I look at Jared Goff as limitations. When everything is perfect around him, he's definitely a good guy to have out there. But I think when you look at the Lions, like with Jared Goff, I think there's gonna be a point in time, and I don't know when it's gonna be, but there's gonna come a point in time where they are gonna be eyeing the draft for a quarterback at some point. They're going to try and do something similar what Kansas City did all those years. And the good thing is that they've built the infrastructure to be able to do that. Like say, hey, we're kind of capped with what Jared Goff can give us. So at some point in time, we're picking the mid-20s. Yeah. We see a quarterback that's not supposed to be there. Like we might just jump up 15 spots, get that guy because we see him as someone can –
who could play under Goff, watch him for a year, and play. That's a perfect situation for any quarterback.
Like here's the situation. Like could you imagine like the Lions, for example, like let's say they were in that position now, and I think that position is still 2 or 3 years out. I still think they need a couple of years of like seeing what Jared Goff can do in the playoffs. Like if they keep falling in the playoffs, and it's like kind of the same story, there's going to come a point in time where you either say it's a coach not getting him across the finish line, or the quarterback's capping what the team can potentially be. Because the team is fully loaded as far as talent is concerned. There's no debating that. So at some point in time, the two conversations are: is it the coach or is it the quarterback? It's usually how it goes. And in most cases, when you are a team like the Lions who have sucked forever, and you find a coach that of Dan Campbell's stature, you typically kind of lean that's it's probably the coach sticking around. There'll come a point in time, like let's say it was this year, like, and they felt Jackson Dart was, they felt the same way about Jackson Dart as Brian Daboll did. They could have taken that shot there. And Jackson Dart's doing good with the Giants, but can you imagine like him in a situation with Detroit? He probably raises their ceiling today. I'm not saying he's better than Jared Goff. I'm not saying he's worse than Jared Goff, but that jolt of energy he brings to that team, that he brought to that team, the Giants, if you brought that to Detroit, you're probably telling a little bit different story with them today than
he reminds me of a little like a Baker, right? With that grit.
You're talking about
Jackson Dart.
He's got the moxie. He's got the like I said, he brings energy, and like sometimes that's what a team, especially the Giants, that were lacking energy for fucking forever. Like they're very similar to the Jets. Jets lack energy. Like that's
there is none there.
Justin Fields didn't bring it. He's too
mellow.
He's too mellow. He's too too much the God talk and all that stuff. Like too much like talking about scripture and shit like that. But the Jets are a kind of team that really just needs just that same type of bolt of energy that the Giants got out of Jackson Dart, and maybe that comes in the draft. They like, again, when you ask me what it means to hit on a quarterback, I'm talking about a guy that immediately day one like shows he's not an idiot, and then midway through the season shows legitimate progress, has a few 300-yard games under his belt at some point in the season. We can't have this situation where we have Zach Wilson. I know Zach Wilson has sucked. So we can't have a situation we have with Zach Wilson where like he didn't have a 300-yard game for like the fucking first 3 years of his career, and he was the second overall pick. Like that's ridiculous. Like,
but you do realize we did pick a quarterback that has all that right now.
Yeah, but you put the wrong coaching around him. Listen, there's no. I just told you right down there. When you have all the talent in place, and your team is doing successful, it's one or two things. Always, it's always one or two things. Your quarterback sucks, or your coach sucks. One or the other, or not even sucks. And I mean, sometimes it's just limitations. Like for example, Buffalo, their quarterback doesn't suck.
McDermott
didn't have a coaching issue.
Oh yeah,
I didn't have a coach. I'm not saying he sucks.
But
I just think
he's not going to take over that next step.
He doesn't have the ceiling. Like the smart thing for Buffalo to do would be to move on from him at some point and move on from him soon, before you completely waste out of Josh Allen's career. Like
they should bring in Belichick.
No, I don't think they'll do that. But like, and again, I don't think any of this happens. But let's say there was a situation where the Ravens fired Harbaugh, which I don't think they're doing. I'm just saying, just making small talk.
Let's say fire Glenn and go get that motherfucker. That's what you do.
No, the Jets aren't firing Glenn either. This whole trade deadline stamps what the Jets are doing. They're sticking with Glenn, probably sticking with him for 2 more years. Which I think what really ends up happening is he obviously lasts this year. Next year, depending on how it goes, he could be fired at the end of next year. Like that's possible. If next year is another situation like this year, where at least how the first half of the season gone. I mean,
is that a situation you fire Muji and Glenn? Let's say Muji's making good picks during the draft.
Let's say the Jets pick Fernando Mendoza or Ty Simpson, whoever they pick.
Yeah, okay.
And they put together what appears to be a strong rookie season. And I'm not saying like rookie of the year. I'm just saying
A good,
let's say Sam Darnold type of year, his rookie year. And the team still sucks. I think you have to look at who the coaching options are. Like if John Harbaugh's out there, for example, next year, you're gonna basically give him control to an extent where he's gonna bring in his GM. That's the way it's gonna go. He's not gonna come here and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here with this idiot." Like he might come here and in the interview process, like approve who Darren Muji is, approve like how he's rolling with things. That might be a marriage you can arrange. But this whole it's not going to be a situation like the Jets had with Joe Douglas, where when Robert Saleh came in, Woody Johnson said, or Christopher Johnson, whoever it was, said basically Joe Douglas is Robert Saleh's boss. Like that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna
not with him, not with somebody like that.
You're not gonna tell Harbaugh Darren Muji is his boss.
Basically, give him the keys to the ship, just like a Sean Payton from none of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What about his ties in Denver?
Who?
Muji. Doesn't he have Kubiak ties in Denver?
I think he was there when Kubiak was there. I'm not sure if he's.
I'm just saying.
Talking Clint.
2 years from now, that might be the key.
We talking about Clint though, from Seattle.
Yeah.
But
he has ties with Muji, the Kubiaks.
I'd be okay with that.
I know we're thinking too far ahead. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about this because fucking Aaron Glenn has got to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man. Oh boy, 7 draft picks.
I'd rather
picks in 2 years.
I'd rather figure it out quick than too late. Like I mean, again, the Bills have plenty of years left with Josh Allen. He's not going away anytime soon. But I'd rather figure it out quick than the Jets find. Because here's the issue with Buffalo is they found consistent success after decades of
losing
garbage.
Yeah.
So sometimes when that happens, teams are scared to fire their coach and go back to the norm. That's why I was actually kind of impressed with what the Knicks did. Like, and we'll see how it turns out. But they felt Thibodeau capped the team. Like basically the same thing I'm talking about. They felt Thibodeau capped the team, and they needed to find somebody to get them a step further.
Over the hump, yeah.
And they found Mike Brown. Think he's that guy, and we'll see how it turns out. They could look like idiots at the end of the day, or we could be celebrating that decision Sunday. And let's hope it's that. But for the Bills, they're in a situation like where they got McDermott, and he's not the best coach in the division anymore.
No, Vrabel definitely is.
He went from not being the best coach in the AFC, and that became a big problem. How many times has he lost to better coaching in Andy Reid? He lost to Zach Taylor multiple times. He's wasn't the best coach in the AFC. Now he's not even the best coach in the AFC East, and it could be year one where that has like kind of immediately and they lost that first game at home too. Like against New England.
I know.
They still have the home game in their pocket against that team.
When is that game, man? That's gonna be huge. Is that later in the year?
Yeah, it's. Let me pull it up. December 14th, which I think is
probably week 14 or week 15.
It's week 15. So yeah, week 15, the division might be complete.
Yeah. Could be over.
Yeah, it could be over that day. Because I tell you what, New England, I don't see a loss on New England's schedule anytime soon.
You don't think the Jets can beat them?
You
don't think it'll be one of those games that we win?
No.
Like, wow.
No. I thought Atlanta was the game they'd lose.
I don't see that, man.
Kind of more of a, well, it already happened. I'm saying I thought it was gonna be.
Oh.
It kind of had trap game vibes, and it got close to it. Fucking idiot kicker missed a field goal that would have tied it.
Okay, I know you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
I don't know, that game stuck to me. It's like, man, like this looks like a game that like could like shock everyone when you look at it all. I didn't bet it, thank God, but I just had a weird feeling about that game. And again, it's the NFL, any given Sunday, but like I don't see like
who's up. Well, I mean, let's talk Jets, bro. Screw the Patriots.
So this game will be interesting. Patriots at Bucks.
Bucks could win that game.
They could, but I don't think it happens.
That's
they could. That could be it. Then you got the Jets. Then they got the Bengals. Then they got the Giants. Then they got the Bills, which obviously Bills can beat them. Then they have the Ravens, which the Ravens could win that game. Patriots could win. Like it could be a toss-up, but if you ask me today, I think the Patriots are ahead of Baltimore. But we'll see where Lamar Jackson is by that point. Then they got the Jets again, then Miami. Like you're talking about the Patriots could. If you look at that last ring of games,
that's pretty. It's a gauntlet, bro.
Two losses if you give them the toss-ups.
Yeah, true.
Or 3 losses if you take away the toss-ups.
Wow, that's
crazy. So 12-5, second year of Drake May.
Coach of the year, man.
Yeah, he would get it for sure. He's probably already got locked. For sure. The Patriots were supposed to be. I mean, there were some people that had the Patriots 10-11 win teams. What?
I had them at 500. I didn't think they'd be freaking this good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they'd be moving in the right direction. I
mean, Drake May is playing freaking amazing football, and Vrabel's the guy, man.
So I'm telling you, when you go into the season and you say how many wins you expect this team to have, and they either overachieve or underachieve, that's straight up on coaching. That's really what it comes down to.
We were like, all right, maybe they win 5-6 games, maybe 7 if we're lucky, and that's a shit year. I mean, we're not even going to win 3 games.
I said 7.
I know that, but imagine that. We're going to end up winning 3 games if we're lucky.
I think we win 3 games.
I don't know, man, and I just don't see. I don't know. We'll see what happens this week. This week,
you don't see what you don't see us winning three games, or you don't see us.
I don't see us beating Cleveland. I just don't see it.
So you're saying less? You're saying 2 wins?
I'm saying 2 wins. Yeah.
If that's the case, we're probably talking about the Jets having the first pick. Hopefully.
Well, that's what I want.
Well, no, I understand, but
then again, I mean, the only win I see on their schedule, honestly, it'd be that Saints game. You got what I'm saying?
No, that's when we can't win.
I know we can't.
I'll beat Miami.
I see.
I'll beat Miami.
No, I get it, but that's the only win I see on the schedule.
If we went the rest of the year and beat Miami and that was it, I'd be like,
oh, that'd be awesome. You locked it in. Or at least the second pick overall you locked in.
Yeah, you at least the second, depending on Tennessee. Tennessee has to win the game. Tennessee has to win a game.
Yeah. That's it.
But yeah, I take that. I'll take that. I'll take one more win this year, but it has to be against Miami.
The last game of the year. Oh, that's the second to the last game, right? Buffalo.
No, they play them December 5th.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind losing that game either.
I mean, for being real, like that's honestly, the Jets control their own destiny. Like if you look at it, I mean, depending on how the strength schedule all works out, the Jets control their own.
I know they uncontrol their own destiny. You mean
if they lose out, you're talking about probably. Obviously, it depends on how strength schedule works. It's too close for comfort right now, but they probably end up with the first pick if they. You
didn't hear what Muji said today?
No, what?
You didn't watch his press conference?
I didn't watch it yet. I didn't even know he talked.
Basically, asked him. I think it was Samini or Costello asked him. You know what happened with Sauce? You trading Sauce away and Quinnen away. Does this mean you guys are just like tanking? He goes, absolutely not. Right now, what is he going to say? No, I know, but he was like all gun ho. He's like, nah, we're on to the Cleveland Browns and we're going to beat them. This and that. I didn't say that, but you know what I meant.
I wish you did.
Positive.
Give that fucking team ammunition.
Let me tell you something, though. I mean, I have to say something about Muji. I mean, he's done a lot of good.
We'll see.
Right now,
he just picked up a bunch of dartboards.
I mean, listen,
bunch of lottery tickets.
Dude, we got freaking 5 first-rounders, 3 second-rounders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is under this guy Muji, right? He brought in these players that are actually contributing. I mean, he got Briggs, Harrison, Brownlee. Now he brought in these 2 receivers. I mean, what the hell?
So I like Briggs. I like Harrison Phillips, but he brought them in because they were good run defenders, and the run defense isn't good.
Well, listen, let me say something to you about listen, I love Quinn Daly. I love him. I loved him when they drafted him. I loved him for all these years. Okay. But he's not been the same Quinnen this year. He was checked out.
He wasn't checked out.
He was checked out. Look at his stats, bro. He has 1 sack. I think he's not even a whole sack, half a sack all year. You know what I'm saying?
He was top 5 in run stops on the season.
Huh?
Like,
they can't stop the run. What are you talking about? They get
but he was
on
he was top 5. He was top 5 in run stops.
Yeah, but when you're getting ran on 50 times a game, someone has to produce.
Yeah, but hon, it's hon. What a run stop is means like when a running back is the ball, you stop him at the line of scrimmage or close to it. It's not like tackles in the NFL. Like it's like, oh, linebacker had 150 tackles because he fucking tackled someone when they were 10 yards down the field every single fucking time. That's like the linebacker tackles is such a fake stat. But when you have run stops, like that's saying, at the point of contact,
running at the wall.
Yeah. And he was top 5. Listen, Quinn Williams is still an outstanding player. Like the Jets.
There's a reason why you got a first and a second for him.
Yeah. The Jets didn't trade away a bum for a first and second round pick. That's what you're trying to say.
He's a bum. He's a bum. Bro, they're all bums now.
But here's the thing.
Ross is a bum. Quinnen's a bum. They're all bums.
But here's the thing.
Not on the Jets. I don't care no more. Now, I'm happy that he went on. He needed to move on.
Quinnen was a player that I viewed as like he's going to want a contract extension. He's 27 years old, whatever he is. 27, 28, whatever it is.
He's old, right?
He's not old. He still has prime years left. Yeah, but it's a situation where you say, does it make sense to extend him? And you're going to be picking a quarterback. Like, you got to look at these decisions like long term. Like, we got to pick a quarterback. Okay. Year 1's got to be a developmental year. Year 2 is probably going to be, let's take that next step at the quarterback position. It's all about the quarterback. And then year three, if you're trending in the right direction, is the year where you say, okay, this is the year we fucking fully loaded, ammunition full. Let's go fucking.
It's just a whole different.
Because then you got to pay. Because then you got to pay the quarterback in 2 years. So it's like you literally have like that small window of time and the Jets are really gearing towards like building that window in the right way. Like if they nail all these picks, not all, you're not gonna nail all of them. There's gonna be a couple.
I know what you mean. 75% of them.
But if you nail 75%, let's even say 5 of the 8.
6 out of 8.
Yeah. If you nail 5 of the 8, and you have to hit on the most important one, you've got to nail the quarterback. It's got to be somebody.
Draft fucking 2 of them. One this year, one next year. I don't care, bro. They have to get one right. Draft 2. What's wrong with that? And if one, you know what? And the best case scenario is they're both good. Trade them. Trade one away. And we trade the wrong one.
The only thing they
the wrong one.
The only thing they could possibly do is something, but they're not going to do this. But the only thing they could possibly do is something similar to what Arizona did that one year
with Kyle Murray.
Yeah, well they had
Rosen. Yeah,
but that's different. Like they picked Rosen, he was like the 4th quarterback taken, and like it was kind of like the quarterback nobody wanted outside Lamar Jackson because Jackson went like 32nd overall. Huh?
Did the Jets want him?
Who?
The Jets. Rosen. I know we got Darnold that year.
I don't know if they ever really gave away.
How many mocks had them going with Rosen instead of instead of Josh Allen or friggin' whatever.
I don't remember, but I feel like I heard something along the lines like the Jets had Darnold and Baker as 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah. They had Baker 1 actually. You know that, right?
Who?
Jets.
No, I don't know because
it was the other way around.
McCagnon was like all about Darnold.
Oh, he was.
But anyway, revisionist history.
So real quick, one more thing. So with Quinnen Williams, okay, what did that turn into? That turns into 3 potential good players or
The Quinn
4.
Williams trade?
Yeah. By trading him away, you get a first rounder and a second rounder. Could start. The third player is his salary cap relief
Oh,
that you could bring in. Listen, if they want to make a
even
splash,
look at Sauce that way too.
yeah. Well, Sauce, correct. You could turn that into 3 to 4 players. So that's why this team, bro. Aaron Glenn came into this team. Listen, he wanted to win. He was going to say, I want to lose. No, he wants to win. But he came into this team and he realized this team is friggin', they're just so
Losers.
yeah. You know, it's you can't get that out of them. Their system, it's over.
There's a bunch of losers on this team. You need to change it up.
You need to clean it all up.
There are winning players. I think there's some winning players. I think Garrett Wilson is a winning player. I think Garrett needs some help. I think that's the problem. I think he needs some help. Jermaine's a winning player. Like he's got a winning attitude.
He wanted to stay. He didn't want to go anywhere. And supposedly they were feeling calls for him too.
Sauce I wouldn't really view as a losing player, but I think the thing about Sauce, and
I don't think he's Aaron Glenn's type of DB.
So I think here's the issue. Here's the issue with Sauce, and this isn't shitting on Sauce. This is just, I think when you talk culture, like this is like a little like kind of like a parallel like comparison I'm trying to make here. The Jets are a type of team, they have all this talent, and for whatever reason, it doesn't matter how talented they are, they still lose. Doesn't matter. They can have a top 5 defense, their offense is going to suck. They can have a pretty decent offense, put up some points, their defense is going to suck. There's just everything about what they are is one shoe is going to drop. They're going to lose. Sauce Gardner he kind of represents that. Like I'm just not trying to make it sound like a Sauce like shitting on party, but
no, you're not. I know what you mean though.
Sauce is an elite player, but never gets interceptions.
Right.
And I understand he doesn't get the ball thrown his way, and I understand his issues like with that as to why those interceptions don't come. But he's almost like a personification of like what the Jets are. He's so damn good, but when you look at stat metrics,
nothing to show for it.
That the normal person typing in like looking at box scores is going to say, "Oh, Sauce Gardner had a bad game." No, he had a great game, but he didn't make those game-changing plays. He's not a game changer. He's a game changer in the fact that he'll take out your number one target if he's covering him. Which right. I mean, they've been doing that a little bit more now with him there this year. But with Salah the whole time, it was like, okay, let's just move our number one wide receiver away from him, and our number one wide receiver can still have a good game. Granted, they had DJ Reed on the other side, but DJ Reed was also a step down from Sauce. He was still a good player, but he was definitely a step down from what Sauce was.
100%. You know,
so I think that's a little bit more of like the culture thing I'm trying to get to is like by trading Sauce, you're trying to trim away that feeling of like, you know, we're great, but we're not good. You know, like it's like a weird feeling. Like by trading away a player like that, and you're giving that next wave of players like the opportunity to be able to make plays because there's an unknown now there.
Yeah, so for sure.
A team might challenge AZ Thomas, and it might backfire.
It might work. It might not work. I mean, it could be 50-50. He's a rookie, man. Mm-hmm. I'd rather see the rookie in there learning. You know what I'm saying? Listen, not over Sauce Gardner. I don't mean about that. No. What I'm trying to say, though, it's not like they went out and they traded for some DB that's been in the league for 7 years and they're putting him out there. At least they're giving it to the kid. You got what I'm saying? I want to see the kid play. I really scratched my head with the whole AZ Thomas pick. Right.
Because you just gave Brandon Stevens a contract extension or a contract.
We all did.
I mean, maybe there was a part of them that already felt like, okay, we got to pay Sauce. I don't know if we want to pay him. Let's pick up a guy and then like let's figure out trading him down the road. But then why did you give him the contract extension to begin with?
Here's the thing with the contract extension.
I think it helped make him tradable.
Yeah, both of them, even Garrett's. Not to say that Garrett would.
But they're not trading Garrett. Well, Garrett, they gave more
trading Garrett. What I'm trying to say
is he's not tradable.
No. But with the kind of contract Sauce got written up was a tradable contract.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'll tell you right now, you know, and then when they drafted AZ Thomas in the third round, we were like, corner? You know, who the fuck? Why? We could lose the wide receiver there. or defensive tackle there.
I thought it
We
was wide
needed that,
receiver.
you know. But
Yeah,
here we
defensive tackle was the
are.
other one. I thought it was wide receiver first, though.
Yeah, I guess that's the reason why. Maybe this was the plan.
It's crazy.
It is, man. This turned out to be okay. Now, if AZ Thomas could turn into a good player, that could be one of our third rounders in a very long time that we hit on. You understand? And this is where that's why I have a little bit of faith in what Muji's doing. I don't think he's stupid. I think the guy knows his game. You know, he knows the game very well. And we gotta hope, man. We gotta start doing our college tracker, bro. Like all the top players the Jets should be eyeing, and start watching some film, breaking it down.
Like on here, you thought?
We could do it on here, or we could just do it together. You know, watching shit on clips. But it'd be it's too early for that. I think.
What, the college tape? I mean, I've been doing it already.
Oh, have you?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny though? I've been doing like quarterbacks only because the way I've been looking at it is like, all right, the Jets have
a first
round pick, second round pick, and no third round pick. It's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I'll just figure out it all. I'll just figure out somebody in like the end of day one, beginning of day two that I like, and say, okay, that's what. But now you're talking about, holy fuck, we're gonna be picking like 4 players in the top 64.
Bro, we're not leaving. You do understand. You know how we left early at our draft parties now? Bro, we're there till the 32nd pick.
Which sucks for Enzo because he missed the Jackson Dart trade.
He did. I remember. Yeah, but who would have thought, though? You know?
He was pissed. He was pissed about that.
I don't blame him.
But yeah, so now we got a lot of homework to do. Figure out some wide receivers. Defensive, it's all up in the air. We'll see how this goes. I wonder if like PFF has the like their simulator. I wonder if it has it updated. It probably
I don't know if it updated yet. It might actually. Damn, we're gonna have a lot of draft picks, bro. I just want to do the first and second round. That's it, right?
You know what we should do moving forward? Is it this one? I forget which one it is.
Should we do a little session with a PFF for just first and second rounders every week to see what we come up with?
That's what I was saying.
And then come draft day, we'll see which one nailed it.
I think it is updated.
Oh, it is?
I think. Yep.
Oh, get the hell out. Which one are you on? PFF?
I'll send you the link to it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So you can do the first 2 rounds. You could do, it has the Jets at 3, has the Jets at 32, has the Jets at 35.
32. They have Colts winning the Super Bowl?
Well, it's based on current record. And then 46 with Dallas.
Not bad. 4 players in top 46.
Yeah.
Dude, that's even better than the 3 and the 76. What was it? 3 and what?
What?
What Joe Douglas had? He had 3 picks in the top?
No, 3 picks. No, 3 in the top. No, it was
39.
Well, it was 4 in the top 36 because he ended up trading up for Brees. 3 in the top 37, whatever it was.
Oh. Damn.
But yeah, so it's updated. So I'll send you a link, whatever. But yeah, let's do that.
Let's play around with it. Every week we'll do a certain one and see what we got.
Uh-huh.
We won't do too long because it's not draft season yet.
The Jets' current draft needs are quarterback, wide receiver, linebacker, and DB. And I think it's missing a few.
No, it's missing a lot more than a few. Safety.
I mean,
sure.
Well, yeah, they need a safety. Yeah, I forgot.
They need a fresh safety out of college, dude. Not these fucking losers in the NFL.
Well, you can actually do that now with 2 second-round picks, and you can actually get a good one.
A good one, yeah, a top-notch one.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually when the safeties start going, late first, early second.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, bro.
Well, that's it, bro.
All right, it's been another great night.
Yeah. All right.
Go Jets.
Let's go Jets. Have a good night.
All right, good night, bud.